Well, good afternoon again, everyone. I'm so happy to see you all here, brand new agents that just joined us this week. So welcome. That's so amazing. And so grateful for each and every one of you. We would not be here if it wasn't for all of you. So very grateful and humble that you choose to work with us and partner with us because we're family. To me, that's number one. Coming from contribution and value and anything I can do to help you excel in your business. You know that I'm always here, available, open door. You can call me, text me, whatever, and I'll be more than happy to listen. And I think by input and constructive criticism is the way that we grow and implement new things. So I'm always open to suggestions, anything that I can do to improve, to help you, to help our branch, to help each other out. I love doing that. So thank you, thank you, thank you. So as you all know, we have Joe Rosa here, our founder.
No,
You don't know him? You have the opportunity of taking a picture with him and me if you want. Who wants to take a picture with me? Oh my God! And who wants to take a picture with him? Nobody. I'm just kidding, you know, guys. So again, this is our first live, face-to-face meeting, so I'm super excited. We decided to do it this way because I think people feel more comfortable now that they've gotten the vaccine, and we all need that bond and that we need to come together again, you know? So to me, that's important. We also have it virtually for those that don't feel comfortable. And we're going to start doing a lot of more live events.
yes.
So for May, we have a huge surprise for the mommies because it's Mother's Day. So we have a Mother's Day brunch that Norma actually and one of our other agents, she's not here, Marilyn, is helping me conduct. So we're going to bring a lot of value to you ladies. So I'm excited for that. We have the date for May 6th, was it that we said? Louis, May 6th, was it?
Yeah.
May 6th. And it's going to be at the Eagle Creek Clubhouse. But we'll send the information out for you all. And again, like I said, we want to come from contribution. And what we're going to do is we're going to have different breakout sessions. We're going to have a brunch for you all. And some we're going to speak about, business etiquette, body language, how to dress, makeup, stuff like that. So it's little breakout sessions that you pick which workshop you want to go to. So it's super exciting. And we've been working on that for a little bit, so I'm so happy. As you know, we couldn't have our Christmas party in December, obviously, because of COVID and precautions and stuff like that. So we're going to have it in June. So it's called Christmas in June. All right. So it's called Christmas in June. It's going to be at the Cove restaurant in downtown. I don't know if any of you have been there. It's so beautiful. So I have huge surprises for you guys.
And the cocktail, the happy hour.
I haven't invited you. Oh, the happy hour. You see?
I haven't forgotten.
I was waiting for you to get vaccinated, so we're good now.
That's right. You see,
Yeah,
they don't forget.
absolutely. We gotta do it.
So what she's talking about is last year at the Legacy Summit, we won the Branch of the Year and Broker of the Year.
¿Te puedes sentar acá?
Yeah, we have more chairs here, guys. Are you guys comfortable? Come here. You guys are my people. I can't deal without you. You guys are my leaders. Come. So yeah, so we won Branch of the Year, and he was supposed to host a happy hour that never happened.
Oh, yeah.
I wouldn't say it never happened. I would say COVID happened and we weren't able to do it. So yeah, we're more than happy to do
We're
it now.
holding you liable.
Absolutely.
And the next month, you're
All
here.
right.
Yeah.
I didn't spring for nothing. Exactly, right? Camila was, you all were, but she was up in the chair. My spirit, like. It was great. It was honestly really, really good. I can't wait till we have our legacy live.
Yeah.
Coming up hopefully next year. So what else? The Christmas party. We're hosting face-to-face training once a week. We started once a week on Thursdays. As people feel more comfortable and I see that they're more interested, we'll do it again, twice a week. So we just want you guys to feel comfortable, and safety is our priority, obviously. So that's super important. So look at the calendar. We have it out here. We email blasts to you. We post it in my agent account. So even though we have live virtual classes every day at 10, we also have live, face-to-face classes here at the branch. I want to thank a lot of you for referring agents to our amazing branch. That's a way to grow your residual income, as you know. We're here to service agents and help them grow and have a sustainable business. And this way you guys can grow as well. Sorry, you can grow as well. And, as you know, for all the agents that you kind of bring to the office, you become their sponsor. It's no responsibility or anything for you, but you can build that residual income because you make $50 for all the closings they do. So I have agents getting $500 a month. Yeah, like 800. So it builds up. It's a car payment or something. So
They pay my shoes.
it pays your shoes.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Jeez, you buy shoes every month, $500?
And the shorts.
And the shorts?
They my glasses.
What happens to the motorcycle? And the sunglasses.
That coming, it's coming.
So, okay. So we, like always, we like to thank our sponsors, UHM, our mortgage lender that is here for your service. We have amazing things coming, and he's going to speak a little bit about it, but now we're going to have in my agent account with a tap of a click of a button, you're going to be able to have somebody call you within 5 minutes. Because I know that was your biggest concern, communication or whatever. Now it's automated. So I'm super excited for that. As you know, Celebration Title Group, who here has used them? Isn't it an amazing experience, the way they represent you, the way, they celebrate your clients at their closing? So it's really amazing. They give gift baskets to your clients from you. So it's just not only a great process, super quick, but they represent you correctly. So, and then we have here our in-house attorney, Forest Lake Law, Carlos Morton.
I'm vaccinated, guys, so if you don't mind, I'm talking this on. So most of you know me. You know that I do free consults for you guys. Just give us a call. Don't practice law. We'd rather you guys call us and take the blame for whatever mishap is going to happen with your clients, which typically happens. I recently had somebody just, the deal didn't go through. Okay, and they called us. We contacted the other side, and you're like, yeah, you're going to have to buy the house. I know you don't want it, but you're going to have to buy it because you were in contract and everything was done correctly. And it's not our fault. Your guy doesn't want to sell now because he found a buyer that was willing to give him more.
And that's a typical problem we're facing now because of the market that we're in. A seller wants to sell their house because they like the number that they see, and that's where we have to come in and do our due diligence and explain to them as a listing agent, listen, you are binded in a contract when you decide to sell. You have to sell. You need to continue because if not, the attorneys can come in and sue you, the buyers.
And also with title issues, remember your title company is going to help you as much as keep the money, but they're not going to do anything else until it's been a long time, and then they'll go in there and take all the money of your clients of both sides. So just give us a call. Don't practice law. Just saying, hey, title is clean. That's practicing law. You don't know if it's clean or not. You don't know if there's any liens. You don't know if there's any issues.
Careful.
So remember, your license, and this was something my father taught me, and I'm going to tell you guys. Do you know what your license is?
You were earning a living.
Okay. Your license is a credit card. Your license is a way to make your living. Hey, I'm going to make money. I'm going to make money. The minute that you mess up, guess what's going to happen? They're going to take it away. You're going to stop making money. You're going to have to do something else. So you guys have invested a lot of time in this career, not only with your headshots, your education, your licensing, all these things. Look, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I work for other realty companies, okay? And Rosa is head above most of them. Why? Because of all this that you do, all the training that Norkis does with you guys. Joe, you don't see a lot of people doing that. Okay, so you guys have to take advantage of that and come to these things, and it's gonna make you better. The more you invest in yourself, the better it's gonna come out. And one of the keys that they have here for you guys, at least Lake Nona, is that they have an attorney on staff, or not on staff, but in the building that's willing to help you and answer questions. And most of the time, I don't even charge you. I just tell you what you have to do. You guys do it. And if you need me, then I'll come in and I'll
You
charge your
always
client.
answer the phone.
And
No matter where you are. I called him, he was in Las Vegas celebrating
Yeah.
Oh,
the
he knows.
anniversary of the.
He
So-
knows
answered the
better than
phone.
that. My agents call you
He's
answer.
amazing. You are amazing.
So I need to take a vacation of that, but no, we have that. And I wanted to introduce you to Annie, guys, because you hadn't met her, but she's actually in a trial right now. So I wanted to bring her out, but if you guys are here in the next hour, she'll probably be done. You could come meet her. There's always somebody here. There's always somebody here that we could answer your questions.
Thank you.
Thank you so much,
My cards
Carlos.
are here. You guys-
Appreciate it. She gave it to them. That's so awesome.
From my own experience, he's amazing. They feel you. So I always look for.
Awesome. And that means a lot. You know, you hear it from other agents, from our leaders. So it's extremely important.
And remember, we do everything else too. Okay, divorces and
Name change.
name.
Will, I need that.
And if you get in trouble criminally, we don't do it, but I'll send you to the guy.
Oh my God, no, that doesn't happen here.
Just them one stop.
So I know that many of us are always wondering, okay, the market that we're in, multiple offers. I keep submitting an offer, it doesn't get accepted. What am I gonna do? How can I make this strong? You know, we teach the bulletproof contract class, which is extremely important. Another thing that you guys can do in this market is the escalation clause. You got to be very careful, and your client has to be extremely educated as to what you're writing in there. But that's something that can boost your offer and hopefully getting it accepted. We will be teaching a class on that because you guys need to be sure that they understand, because obviously they're putting more money, they're adding more money to the purchase price, but it's a boost that can help, you know, it's an enticement for the sellers to accept their offer. But it's liability as well. So that's why we're going to teach a class. You know, Norma shared an escalation clause that she used the other day, and it was amazing. So we're going to do that, and I'm going to have it both in English and Spanish for everyone. We also wanted to recognize, we always love to recognize our agents, and that's going to be huge at our Christmas in June party. So
Do you have a date yet for that?
we have it tentatively for the 17th.
Okay.
I did not invite him. Yes. You are invited now.
At the happy hour in July.
The happy hour in July. No,
Or sooner?
oh, you see.
I like the way you say. Yes.
So to me, it's an honor every month, as you see in our wall, we always have the agent of the month. Like I always tell you, it's not based on production, volume, or anything like that. I just like to see the improvement, how encouraged you are, how much you participate, how much you come to the meetings, you know, how you're thriving in your business. I see you know, how hungry you are, you know, to take it to the next level. So to me, that means a lot. So for March, she's not here, and I knew she was gonna come. It's Michelle Schreider, but her picture is there. And for the month of April, it's somebody that I love, admire. She's been with us for a few years now, and she took her business to the next level, and she genuinely cares about her clients, the branch, and sharing information with all of us here. So that is Joanny Utera.
Ay, quítate la máscara esa, por favor.
Okay. You see, and he doesn't speak Spanish.
Ay, no. Él entiende todo.
Congratulations. And every quarter, we do a staff of the quarter recognition. Somebody that goes above and beyond for you all, that's thriving, that stays late, that comes early, that's just there to make sure that everything is in place, that you guys are serviced correctly, because at the end of the day, that's what matters most to me. And this quarter, we recognize Caro Santana.
Sabía. Quítate la máscara para que te vean las bembas. Las bembas.
So Carol, we're so grateful for you, everything that you do. As you know, Carol's our office administrator, compliance director, and she's just incredible. She approves your files, and I'm like, you're spoiling them too much. You know, we have 48 hours within an hour.
Oh, she's amazing.
Yeah.
She's amazing.
Oh, it's because she's super organized, well structured, and you know, whenever she returns something, it's because we're here to protect your license back.
She likes what she do.
She
likes what she.
She loves what she does, and we are so grateful for you.
Thank you, Norkis.
Thank you.
Very well deserved. Have my leadership here, Brenda, Camila, Priscilla, Pedro. These are my right-hand people. I am so grateful for each and every one of you. As you guys know, I would never be able to do anything I do if it wasn't for them. And also my son, Jose. Oh, you were, come on. You should have got enough. You don't have to wait. So these people are so incredibly, they care about the office, they collaborate, we do things together. We're always trying to brainstorm and mastermind as to what we can do to take our office to the next level. And like I say, we always have leadership positions available too. If you're ever interested, if you want to grow as a leader, as a coach, if it's your passion, if it's something, please let me know. I don't know what you want, so let me know if you want something like that, or if you have an idea of a club we can do, or something, a committee or whatever, let me know. Be more
Doesn't have to be real estate.
correct.
Doesn't have to be
Doesn't.
real estate. Something that you love and you can show others, that's a growth.
Yeah, like the event that we had for Mother's Day, it was just brainstorming. Norma and I and another agent that couldn't come today. She has a modeling agency, and she does etiquette, business, attires and makeup and stuff. I'm like, we have to bring that to the office. It's value, and we all kind of know how to dress and stuff, but we always need that little boost, and it helps. So we have great stuff coming for you, but so grateful for you guys, everything that you do. Do you have the agents that graduated coaching? Or
No,
you want to say?
We wanted to recognize, if you've been a coaching agent and you have graduated since January of last year through our coaching program, could you stand up? We just want to recognize you in front of everyone. So Susana, if you stand up, I know you won. Yes, you're not yet, right?
Not yet.
Yeah.
Almost, right? One
Who
more.
else has graduated? Andreina, you just graduated this
Yes,
month, so
get up,
stand up.
Andreina.
All right, so
Congratulations.
we have a formal one
Yes.
doing the event.
Yes.
For all the ones that have graduated in the last year or so, but we want to recognize you for your effort and hard work in the coaching program, and good luck and endeavor in going out there and doing 100% commission. So,
Yes.
Thank you.
Finally!
And even though you graduated and we're so proud of you, you're still always going to have our support. That's our main focus here. You're always going to have our support. It doesn't mean that, okay, I graduated, I can call. No, you're always going to have all of us here for you and to service you. Oscar just joined us last week, correct?
Welcome.
And welcome as other agents here, but he came yesterday, and I'm sorry for putting you on the spot, but he came in and it filled my heart with so much joy, guys. You have no idea, like this is my thing. And he was telling me his experience only being here a week. So do you mind sharing a little bit with all of us how you felt coming from another brokerage? And
I originally come from the timeshare industry, with training every day, coaching. I used to be part of the training. And I come from another one, signed in with another company. I'm not even going to mention the name. But pretty much they hired me and they said, well, go get some customers. We'll knock doors. And that's it. I went to a training that started with training that we did like 2 days.
the foundation.
I learned that in 2 days. But I learned more in those 2 days than I learned in the 4 months with the other company.
Yay!
So that was for me.
Of course, no be on board.
That's a corporate thing too.
Thank you.
I know. So I was so happy to hear that because it's a huge brokerage that he came from, It's
Dilo,
not like
¿quién es?
Kelly Williams, And with all respect, it is amazing. It's not a fit for everyone, would never say anything bad, but I was just very grateful to hear that because it's so satisfying to me to hear all these things, And like another agent told me the other day too, he's like, the amount of money I saved at 100% commission, I bought myself a new car. I was like, oh my God, you know? So it's good stuff. And no, Christina has, you know, testimonies too, but you've been with us like a year now, and she's like, I finally found my home. So I love when she said that. She's like, I finally found my home. And you mentioned that to me too, Maria. So that it means a lot, a lot. So I just love hearing those things. Anything you guys want to share, Brenda, Camila, Jose?
Well, I'm the newest coach.
Yes.
I've been with this brokers for 5 years. I've been an agent for 20, this will be my
Five?
26th year.
Yeah.
And I'm thrilled to be part of the leadership program. And I'm here to serve you all. It doesn't matter if you come, you don't belong to one team or the other. We're always here to answer your questions and assist you, take you by the hand so that you can be very successful.
Yes.
Okay.
So grateful for Brenda. She's one of our newest coach, but she's been in the industry for 25 years. I don't know if you remember at the virtual gala, we recognized her. We gave her, yeah, she was away, but we recognized her because it's 25 years in the business. That's a milestone. That's an accomplishment. So we're just so honored and grateful that you're part of our team. Honestly. So anything you guys want to add?
You saw a miracle, you are so quiet.
He's gonna talk
Open
now.
your mouth.
Right, yeah, I was told when I
Oh
could
my
speak, so.
God.
I would say on the recruiting side, I want to thank you all for continue to refer. I think the best growth of a company is organically, is when you believe in what you're part of and you keep talking to other agents and, you know, sharing the knowledge and how the company is and bringing them to us. So I want to thank all those that have referred recruiting or agents to come to us. So appreciate it. We could not grow without you. You know, we could always do events and cold contact someone, but the best one is organically, and I appreciate your effort. That's all I have on the recruiting
Thank you,
side. So,
thank you.
Thank you. They want me to talk, so I don't talk much. When I started, that's the problem.
Yeah. I was like, stop.
I've been in the market for 20 years. So the last few weeks, it's been different. I had never lived this before in 20 years because there's no COVID before. So I think we're getting all these receivers about what happened with COVID. And it hit me hard the first 2 weeks. And then I just, again, I need to go to the word. I'm a Christian. And I start going back and say, well, I do really say by faith.
Yes.
I use that phrase. So why am
Worried.
worried?
Yeah.
So it's settled, let it go, work for God. No matter who's your client, no name, just do it for him. Everything will settle. Because if you do it for him, you're doing the best that you can.
Amen.
And the person you're working with is gonna know. And after that, you keep doing it again, you do it again, you do it again. And eventually you're gonna look back and you have all these clients with you, referring and doing with you and closing deals. Yes, real estate by faith.
Amen. That's awesome.
One thing, I know I have a lot of agents have called me and frustrated with the inventory. If you guys have a home that you know you're gonna list, please share. That way we can help each other. If you go visit a new home, community and you know they have good deals there, share with us in the chat so we can go ahead and help others. You know, we're here to share and grow together.
Even cancellations, because there's been, even though the market's pretty hot, there's been some cancellations, and this is why it's very important to have a strong network with those professionals related into real estate, you know, so we can have those information too, you know, it's an exchange, you give, you get.
Correct. And it's important, like she says, to network. Always give a call to that listing agent, create that bond, see what they want, what is the seller looking for, how can you make it work? You know, so that helps right there. And then sharing is caring. And then like she said in the chat, if you have an upcoming listing, let's share it, let's try to keep it in-house, let's help each other out. You know, it's not like we're not gonna do anything.
I want to show this. I sent one of my clients because the person was so like anxious about, I need to get a house. I got, just take it easy, just pray it in and just wait. And I'm sending her all the information that I get. I all the searches I do, I copy me on it. So in the morning, I start looking like what's going on in the market. That'll give me an idea what's going to happen. So back to the market, back to the market, back to the market, back to the market, back to the market. So don't get stressed. This thing's going to happen and it's going to settle and then we're going to jump on.
So with that said, the biggest question that most of you have always asked me, what's gonna happen in the market? And we have Mr. Joe LaRosa here.
Cool.
Finally!
Yeah, I can speak now. So, you know, they kind of say with, kind of follow up with, Jose. So I know a year ago, and it's funny because right now, like if you look on social media, many of you are probably getting like those 1 year memories, right? I'm getting them all the time, like, every day. And so it was like this time last year, there was so much uncertainty. And, you know, I remember back then we were saying, hey, listen, just everyone just needs to take a deep breath, relax. It's going to be okay, right? What happened in our economy, what happened in the market at the time, it wasn't something that was natural, right? It was more of like an event, right? Because of the pandemic is why everything had kind of like stopped. Unemployment went to the roof and everything else. And we saw it now in the second half of last year when things started to open back up. Folks started getting more comfortable going out there, right? Life kind of went on and real estate went on.
I can say that last year was my best year ever.
Yeah, the second half,
Even with
yeah,
COVID.
Me too.
the second half of
I
last
have to
year,
say, I'm so sorry. With that said,
Yeah.
guys, we at this branch, just like Nona, I signed,
Oh, yeah.
I paid
yeah. No, I
$10
understand.
million in commission.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I beat you.
And this year, we're,
She didn't say that, Joe.
Gotta say it.
we were just talking about numbers. I don't know how, I don't know how 17 was less than 10, but anyway, so the point is this year, this office will do 20. She'll pay out $20 million this year, because that's what we're seeing, right? And so I know a year ago, everybody thought that I was crazy, especially when I started talking about the stock market, right? Everybody was like, oh, like this is the end, this is whatever. And it came back. In fact, it didn't do a V-shaped recovery that I was talking about. So I was wrong. It did a check mark, right? So it kept going, right? And it's still going, right? And now it's going to slow down, right? There's going to be obviously some corrections that are going to happen within that market. But in the real estate market, you know, if any of you were there at the Legacy Summit, you know, we brought in obviously the experts from NAR and Florida Realtors. This is what they said, right? Is normal years, right? You would see this. You would see basically like we start off in January, you get into the spring market, it kind of dies down, kind of does this kind of a thing. You have ups and downs. This year, you're not going to have racer. You're going to see this. You're going to see like little like ripples, not waves. Okay, so is it going to die down a little bit? Is it going to calm down? Because right now we're in the height of the spring market, right? So yeah, it will die down, but the remainder of this year is expected to be a very, very strong year. Now I can't forecast what's 2022 going to be like because some things that we all have to just be mindful of, right? We want to be on top of what's going on in the world. We don't want to take political sides or any of that. But like, for example, this big infrastructure bill, we know there's obviously tax increases there. So I think the economists are waiting to see exactly what gets put together because right now it's more of a concept, it's not a bill yet. When it gets put together as a bill and then it gets presented, then we're going to see how that could possibly maybe affect 2022. But as of right now, this is the year that I've been saying to a lot of folks, you don't want to be in a place where 5 years from now, even 2 years from now, you look back and say, wow, 2021, right? 2020 is always going to have a certain stigma to it. 2021 is also going to have a stigma to it. It's going to be the year of opportunity. So take advantage. You're only in now the beginning of the second quarter, right? So this is like the quarter to really make your mark for this year. Because at the end of this quarter, now you start to kind of now think about what's going to happen now the following year, right? So all the experts, you know, whether it's Dr. Lauren Shue, whether it's the folks from, you know, Dr. O'Connor from Florida Realtors, they're all saying that this will be a strong year. Continue on with what you're doing. I know inventories out there is an issue, but it's, you know, it is part of it's the nature of the beast. But now here's the deal. So folks asked me, well, Joe, I was in South Florida the other day, and folks were asking me about this. So they were like, well, this kind of reminds me of like back in like 2006, and you know when we saw obviously like homes just going, you know, crazy, right? But here's the deal. So right now, this is what we're seeing. So we're seeing this is the list price, right? Call it whatever it is, right? Whatever that number is. And then now what we're seeing is we're seeing some folks, because of the competitive nature, coming in and offering over, right? I was just talking actually to my sister-in-law. They're looking to try to buy a house up in Tallahassee, and it got to, it was like 30-something thousand over the actual list price, right? So what's happening now is I'm gonna put O for offer, right? I'll just write the word offer. So you're seeing, yes, yes,
More than offer than asking price is over, up to $30,000 over the appraisal value.
and that's the key.
That is the key.
That's the key, and that's what's gonna save us though. So last time what happened was that we had list prices and then the offer price was obviously north of what the list price was. And then what would happen is the appraisers would come in, they would then appraise it for whatever that number was. And then the next person would come in, list it here, and the offer would be here, and it just kept happening. It kept going up and up and up, right? So look, numbers don't lie. So we know that the national average for appreciation needs to be, obviously, it needs to be like around like 4 to 5%. We don't want it higher than that. Okay. And what was happening was we saw a year where it jumped by 30%. We're just doing simple math, just, divide that number out by what the national average should be. And that's how long it would take to kind of correct itself. And that's what happened last time. It happened 2007, 8, everything kind of fell out, and it took us a few years to get back. What's happening now are the appraisers are under more tight scrutiny, right, and guidelines. And so what's happening now is the appraisals are kind of still coming down below or even closer to what the list price is. So folks are having to come in, and they are still closing above what the actual appraised value is. But the appraisers are not appraising newer properties at what they are actually selling for. They're keeping it in what actually the market should bear. And that is a good thing.
Which is a good, yeah.
That's a good thing. It's frustrating for maybe, us as realtors and everything else, that the homes are not appraising, but it's a good thing for long-term reasons, right?
Yeah.
Not the majority, but some leasing agents started asking no contingency clause for the completion of loan. So kind of it scares a little bit because I'm like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
It's been like 10, 20, sometimes we go like, how many offers do you have? I think it's 20.
Right.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
But no appraisal contingency, no this,
But
no
those
that.
Yeah.
you can have food today and then hunger for next year.
Exactly.
I
And that's,
I
and that's,
really get this part, but
that-
we gotta try to, how to manage this,
Just-
because
right.
it's
So
just-
that is,
$30,000 over us.
yeah,
over
that's
appraisal.
gonna happen. And it's part of this little cycle, but like what you just showed, or I think it was you showed, right, properties that are coming back on the market.
Yeah.
There's a lot of deals, and I'm telling you, because I'm seeing it not only through the real estate side, but I'm seeing it through each one of our affiliates. Deals that are just not closing because they can't close, right? They're coming into this type of a situation, even though that they may have no contingencies. Well, they'll walk away from the $3,000 or $4,000 or $5,000 that are put down because they don't want to get stuck with obviously having to pay
$30,000.
I don't
$30,000
care.
over, right? It's
I
simple
don't care
math.
about the contingencies because the
Right.
contingency, what that means.
Yeah.
Okay, if the buyer doesn't want to go down or whatever, the
Yeah.
buyers can walk away.
Yeah.
If the seller doesn't want it. I want the in the contract, $5,000 or $10,000 or $15,000 over the appraisal value. That is the contract.
Yeah.
But no contingency don't guarantee you're going to close it.
Yeah.
No?
And so here's the deal, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yes, I agree. 100%. I agree with everything you said.
No,
He knows better.
I know better.
but you're right, no?
Yes, no, you're right. You're
People
right.
say no contingency. That doesn't mean
Right.
that we can go to close.
It's whoever can close, it, right? That's the.
Anybody
you wanna-
can walk and close it.
Right, yeah. So here's the deal. So because of this, right, just like, I said a year ago, relax, don't panic. Like, I know there's a lot of like these naysayers out there, like this is the end, this is the bubble, this is this and that.
Like
you know?
March, April.
Yeah.
Huh? Same
It was the
time.
same
The same, I'm getting all the 1-year memories right now of all the different conversations that we were having. We were doing classes on like Thrive Society, and we were bringing on these accountants and these economists and everything else. And people were like, Joe, like, you can't really talk about the market. I'm like, no, listen, you just got to be educated and look back and look at what history will tell us, right? Because history will repeat itself and everything else. So, and what was happening last year wasn't what was happening back in 06 and 07. So I'm here again to tell you, just like I told you last year, hey, don't panic. We're going to recover and recover even stronger. Because I don't know, I was actually listening to one of the things that I said last year. I said, hey, listen, when the Spanish flu happened, right? Back in 1918, if I'm getting my dates right. I'm not the greatest with my dates, but right? 19, it took 2 years. 2 years for light. No, that's it. I wasn't. It took 2 years for life to kind of get back to normal. Okay. And you're gonna see that even now with the vaccines and everything else, it's still gonna take us to the end of this year, even going into next year. But what you're seeing now is kind of like this pent up like desire, like right now, like a lot of the folks are worried is that like we are as a country, we're kind of like over COVID, but COVID's not really over us yet. So there's still gonna be some tail end effects of what has been going on. But at the end of this year, going into next year, you're gonna see a boom. You're gonna see a boom in the economy, and to me, I compare it to what happened in the Spanish flu. You had, and I think ironically, you had the roaring 20s right after that, right? And so we happen to be in the 20s once again. So it's funny how history does kind of repeat itself. So the real estate market, like I said, because of this right here, and what I just said, this kind of pent up demand is going to be released. I think it's going to be very strong, even going into next year. Even if some things are going to be affected, some businesses or some folks through this new potential bill, I still think, my opinion, early forecast is that next year will be pretty strong as well. So seize the opportunity, seize the moment, and don't put yourself in a position where 2 or 3 years from now, you look back, gosh, I really missed the opportunity of getting on, the boat and really kind of taking off. So seize it, seize the opportunity, seize the moment. So that's a quick little update on that. 2 other things really quick, and then you remind me if there's anything else you want me to chat on. Since we are doing live events, I thought of you when I thought of this, is that we're gonna do a Do It Now live on the 15th and 16th of July. We're still working out the location, and we want to see obviously like the level of comfort of where people are. We'll see more, hopefully, vaccinations take place and people will get more comfortable. And I can see you guys are all comfortable being in a tight room like this, so I think we can definitely pull it off. So it'll be a 2-day event. Obviously, I've had a whole year to do a lot of reading, so I got a bunch of new stuff that I want to be able to introduce. So it'll be those of you that have been many times in the past, you'll see some new stuff that we're going to be introducing and talking about. So that's coming up. Stay looking out for those, I guess, invites whenever they do go out. Probably, I would say, in the next 30 days. That's that. The other thing is we're doing a leadership retreat at the end of this month with all of our broker owners. And Norkis kind of hinted already that we're going to be kind of obviously doing some things now, or enhancing things and introducing things that we talked about at the legacy, right? So as we do the IPO, we go public, we raise all that capital, what are we going to do with it? I'm going to unveil the plan first to them, and then they're going to come back and kind of tell you guys kind of the direction that we're going and how we're going to be acquiring other companies, investing in this, and doing all these awesome things. One of the things that we are going to be doing, though, is, and I've been going around talking to different owners, talking to different agents, what I've realized is the biggest struggle that we've always had, right? And is getting the service to where it needs to be for like quick, immediate responses from our affiliates. Like today, for example, right? We couldn't get anybody from UHM here because they're working with clients, they're going to deals. Lewis from Title is working on deals too as well. So, oh, he's on vacation today. All right. So what we're doing is now is on my agent account, we're going to introduce an automated system where you as an agent will go on, you literally click on something, and within 5 minutes you're going to get a call. So literally wherever you are, and we realized this during COVID, that in COVID, when you guys weren't able to come to the office, you guys were still able to do business, right? So we're going to be able to create that kind of connection in that response within less than 5 minutes. So you literally go on, you click that you need to do a status update, you need to get a consult, and we're going to do it not only with our lender, of course, but we're going to do it with our title company and our insurance company. And by the way, so we've invested, so part of our raising the capital in our big plan is we're investing into our affiliates. It's one of the 4 areas we're going to kind of allocate money towards. And part of our affiliates injection of capital is to be able to expand and to do things now at a higher level. So insurance, if you have not yet experimented with Rosa insurance that we've now turned into, we insure coast to coast. We are not coast to coast, globally really in essence, but with the insurance side coast to coast, we are crushing everyone else. So the challenge that we had before, and I was able to recognize this like 7, 8 months ago, is that when the underwriters were getting killed and then they were basically increasing their rates, they were taking it out on the single entities or on the entities that were just kind of like small players. So we then ended up buying into a franchise, and now we have obviously a big account. And now it's all by numbers. So because of the fact that we're part of We Insure, which is a national franchise, so we just became a franchisee of them. We're getting like unbelievable. We're like $300-400 less than what we were doing before and what the competitors are doing. So when it comes to getting someone qualified, looking at their debt to income ratio, all these different things, we're saving deals. We're actually even creating more opportunity now for agents. So check it out. We Insure Coast to Coast, which is Rosa Insurance. If you have not yet reached out, but we're gonna have a link for them as well coming up very soon. So literally it's one click. So there's no excuse to say, oh, I don't know who to call. I don't know, whatever. It's literally you hit something and within a matter of minutes, your phone will be ready. So,
It's all about service, customer
Yep.
service, and the value that you provide. So having these options for your clients means the world. So we like to thrive and improve on that. But I know we're all hungry, right? So let's eat.
we got pizza, right?
No.
Pizza in this office.
Exactly.
Well,
Thank you.
inside joke.